Okay, I admit I'm not a Disney girly. I mean, I liked the films when I was little, but like I grew up. For me, like the entire Disney experience now is a couple years at Food and Wine at Epcot, but like overall, truth be told, I actually like Dolly World better. It doesn't even have a boozy Dole Whip. That's it. Disney girls, please don't come for me. But can we have an honest conversation about the Snow White movie they're currently trying to push? I got questions, and way too many people are fangirling for a film that just, like, based on critics' reviews alone, is bad. And when the stars who are doing their little press junkets will talk more about the experience than the film itself, you know it's bad. When they say things like, oh, it's an honor working with the director, oh, it was so great, it was such a family atmosphere, when they don't talk about the film itself, you know the film is going to be bad. But also, Disney. You know, the reason Britney Spears will forever be messed up and like all Disney stars have lifetime trauma is because Disney so controls them that like every aspect of your life is controlled by Disney. For the time you are tied to that film, you have to be squeaky clean, blah, blah, blah. So tell me how this Snow White version ends up with two of the most problematic actresses in Hollywood. Like, hello to Zion and hello to Hate. How did that happen, Disney? But also, it's Disney. They have a ton of money. This movie is bad. The actors don't seem to want to promote it. They seem to be really problematic. You guys have made films and parked them and shelved them. They've never left the vault. Why couldn't you have done it on this one? Like, dear Disney, you've done it before. This is not looking good for you. Yes, it's a financial loss, but I am sure your tax accountants will figure out how to get around that. But, like, the critics hate it, the actors hate it, the actors are problematic. You could certainly eat the loss, so much better than this PR nightmare you seem to be in the middle of. But also the storyline? Helpless female! Everybody who's trying to not say the D word and instead say little people. Come on, we really needed to go through this again? The whole question about consent and everything else that is wrong with the Snow White story that is adorable from a fairy tale perspective, but in real life, problematic. And I mean, these Disney girlies who are coming across my TikTok page like, oh my god, it's back, my childhood. Like, that's why they're doing it, but you could just watch the original. But what really is driving me insane is the way they're like, well, Disney sales are tanking for the film. People aren't buying tickets. They're broke. They're offended. And, well, frankly, they've seen Snow White. Like, instead of making part twos, you now just make live actions for everything. We're good. We're good. But the way they are messaging it, like, well, you know, sales aren't what they expected it to be. That is not on us, the consumer. You handed us a hot-ass turd with a sprinkling of Zionism, and it's our fault for not going to the theaters to see this? Your anticipated sales weren't where they were supposed to be? I'm sorry. Are we all just passing the buck? Can you imagine at your yearly review being like, well, you know, I thought I should have performed here, but then I didn't want to, and that's a you problem, boss. That's not a me problem. You can't take my yearly bonus from me because, well, somehow this is your fault that I was just, you know, uninterested. Like, Disney is just so far squeezed Disney girlies, Disney families into thinking like you have to buy, you have to do, you have to go, don't look at the pricing. And for some reason, like the Disney girlies didn't show up for this one, and Disney is just being so terrible about it. How dare they not like it? We're not getting the sales we thought we would. Like, normally a few weeks later it would be like, oh, you know, disappointing box office sale. This language is so much faster and so much harsher. Do you know that almost no films are doing well right now? But like, seriously, Disney, you can't message this any better? It's just, pardon me, it's just so weird that it's like they're mad at the Disney girlies for not Disney girling. Wait until you see declining sales at your parks. That's really gonna kick you in the nicky nuts. Like, be nicer to the girls who spend thousands of dollars every year on your merch.